Twinkle wasn't like the other stars in the cluster of stardust nebula, while her brothers and sisters shimmered contentedly, bathing distant worlds in their steady, familiar glow. A deep yearning stirred within her small, bright heart night after night. She watched the blue-green planet far below, a swirling marble of oceans and clouds and mysterious dark patches that hinted at forests and mountains. The stories whispered by the cosmic winds spoke of creatures walking there, of vast landscapes, and sounds completely unknown in the silent expanse of space. This longing grew so strong it felt like an ache, a pull stronger than the gravity holding her gently in place among the ancient constellations. She dreamed of feeling soft earth, hearing rustling leaves, and seeing the wonders hidden beneath the planet's swirling veil. One quiet cosmic evening, as the nebula pulsed with soft, ethereal light, Twinkle made her decision. With a deep, invisible breath of stardust, she gathered all her courage. She gave one last, fond look at her shimmering family, their light a comforting, familiar pattern against the velvet black. Then, focusing all her energy downward, she pushed it. Began slowly, a gentle drift away from the cluster. Soon, she was falling, faster and faster, a tiny, brilliant streak of silver against the infinite night. The air around her, thin at first, began to grow strangely thicker, warmer, pressing against her light with a gentle friction. Stars blurred past like distant, forgotten memories, replaced by the terrifying, exhilarating rush of descent. The vast emptiness between stars vanished, replaced by the looming, beautiful, and frightening curve of the planet itself. The fall became a blur of heat and roaring sound. Twinkle tumbled through layers of swirling cloud, damp and cool against her fiery core. She saw flashes of immense, dark shapes below, jagged peaks scraping the sky, endless stretches of dark green, the sudden, startling silver ribbon of a wide river, catching the moonlight. Fear, cold and sharp, pricked at her, but it was tangled with an overwhelming awe. She was truly here. Then, with a soft whomp that sent a shower of bright sparks into the air, she landed not on hard rock, but on something surprisingly soft and yielding. Dazed, her light flickering weakly, she found herself cradled in a thick bed of cool, fragrant pine needles high on a forested mountainside. The air was alive with smells, damp earth, sap, decaying leaves, and sounds utterly alien. The rustle of unseen creatures, the sigh of wind through branches, the distant hoot of an owl. The silence of space was gone, replaced by a vibrant, whispering world. For a long while, Twinkle simply lay there, her light pulsing softly, trying to understand this new reality. The scale was overwhelming. Trees towered like silent giants, their leaves blocking most of the familiar sky. She felt impossibly small and utterly alone. A wave of crushing loneliness washed over her, colder than the space she left. What had she done? Her familiar constellation was gone. Hidden by the dense canopy, the comforting presence of her star siblings was just a memory. Tears of pure starlight, like tiny molten diamonds, welled in her eyes and traced shimmering paths down her smooth surface, sinking into the dark earth below. The forest, so full of sound, felt profoundly empty without her. Kind doubt gnawed at her courage just as despair threatened to extinguish her light entirely. A soft rustle came from nearby. A large, wise-looking owl, with feathers the color of moonlit bark, swiveled its head towards her. Its enormous, round eyes reflected her own flickering glow. Well now, the owl hooted softly, its voice surprisingly gentle. A fallen star? That's a sight not seen in many a long age. You seem a little lost, small one. Before Twinkle could reply, another sound pierced the night, the frightened, hiccuping sobs of a child pushing through the ferns. Nearby came a small boy, his face streaked with tears, his clothes snagged by brambles. I can't find my way back, he cried, his voice trembling with fear. The path disappeared. He shivered, hugging himself against the mountain's chill. Seeing the lost child shivering in the cold mountain air sparked something deep within Twinkle. Her own fear and loneliness momentarily faded, replaced by a surge of warm purpose. This little human needed light. He needed warmth. He needed to find his way home. She remembered the Aurora's quiet presence and the vast darkness she herself had just navigated. Taking a deep breath, Twinkle-focused, she poured her energy outward, not in a blaze, but in a steady, strong, comforting beam of pure silver light. It cut through the oppressive forest gloom like a beacon, illuminating the gnarled roots, the mossy stones, and the faint, almost invisible trail the boy had lost. "Follow me." Her light seemed to whisper, warm and inviting. The boy gasped, his tears stopping as he stared at the gentle star hovering just ahead. Hope lit his small face step by careful step. Twinkle led him, her light a safe path through the whispering trees. The owl, silently gliding overhead, a watchful guardian in the shadows. The journey down the mountainside felt long, but Twinkle's light never wavered. She guided the boy around treacherous roots, over small streams glinting in her silver glow, and through thickets that seemed less frightening, bathed in her radiance. Finally, the trees thinned below. Nestled in a valley, they saw the warm, welcoming yellow lights of the boy's village windows. A collective sigh of relief seemed to rise from the boy and the star as they reached the edge of the village green. A door burst open. The boy's mother ran out, crying out his name, scooping him into a fierce, tearful hug. The boy pointed a small finger back towards the forest edge. "The star. The little star showed me the way," he exclaimed. His mother looked up, her eyes wide with wonder, seeing Twinkle's soft glow hovering above the trees. With immense gratitude, she gently wrapped her own warm, woolen shawl around the boy and, in a gesture of pure kindness, held a corner of it up towards the cool night air, offering its warmth to the tiny, distant star. Twinkle felt a wave of pure, human warmth, not physical heat, but the warmth of profound gratitude, relief and love wash over her. It filled her with a feeling deeper and brighter than any light she'd ever produced. The owl gave a soft, approving hoot. Twinkle looked back at the village, the reunited family, the blanket of ordinary stars now visible in the clear sky above the valley. She looked up, past them, towards the distant, familiar shimmer of the Stardust Nebula. A deep sense of peace settled within her, quiet and profound. She had seen the wonders, felt the fear and the loneliness, but also discovered a new kind of light, the light of helping, of connection, of being needed. With a contented sigh that sent tiny silver sparkles dancing on the night breeze, Twinkle began to rise slowly, gracefully. She ascended, leaving the whispering forest and the warm village lights below. The journey home felt different now, filled with the cherished memory of Earth beneath her, the sound of a child's relieved laughter, and the incredible warmth of a shared blanket offered in thanks. As she neared her constellation, her star siblings pulsed with a joyful, welcoming light, brighter than ever before. Twinkle settled back into her familiar place, her own light glowing with a new, deeper, steadier warmth. She had explored, she had helped, and now, nestled among her family, gazing down at the beautiful blue-green world, she knew she was truly, completely home, forever changed and forever content.